there's a guy who is suing Bethesda for Fallout 4 being too addicting. So it's a guy in Russia. They don't give his name. And he is suing Bethesda because they did not advertise how addicting the gameplay could be. So I've got a point. I'm going to say something about that in a second. But he bought the game, went on a 3-week bender, lost his wife, his job, and something else. What was it? Oh, it cost him his health as well. Probably because he was eating fucking cheesy poofs and fucking bacon spread. And
he's only suing for. By the way, he's only suing for $7,000. So I guess his wife and job isn't worth that much.
Yeah, $7,030. What a weird number. I saw that and it was strange. I hate this shit, and it links to a study too. I'm sorry, I don't believe video games are pathologically addicting. I don't.
Well,
there are people who get sucked into MMO worlds, but this is equal to the amount of things that they have going on in other aspects of their lives generally. So if you are a person who has a job, I mean, I've seen people ruin themselves with MMOs, but I just don't look at it the same as meth or cigarettes or alcoholism. I just don't think that's the case.
Well, you have to have an addictive personality to begin with to get into that stuff.
Okay, fine.
And usually if you're addicted to one thing, it's replaced by another. It could be less harmful, so people that quit smoking might take up something else that's, vaping or whatever. They're still addicted to that. It's just something else. But now, I don't know if this is a legit lawsuit to begin with. It's strange. I mean, if you lost your wife and job, you can lose your job in 3 weeks, but to lose your wife in 3 weeks, this probably, if this is true, she was long gone. She was long gone.
It wasn't a strong marriage to begin with.
Yeah, that rough patch of 3 weeks of playing games, you couldn't get over that. She was gone anyway.
So, the thing that I find that's funny about this is you would think maybe, no, not always. Obviously, there's an entry point for everyone into a series. But you'd think maybe this guy has some experience with Fallout. Maybe he'd played Fallout 3 or New Vegas and he knew what he was getting into. Maybe he'd played another Bethesda game. What I find so humorous about this is, yeah, Fallout 4 is pretty fun, but I don't think it's really, it's not the amazing game everyone makes it out to be. We went over this when we were talking about fucking Rooster Teeth, talking shit about someone, daring to give a score that they thought was reasonable. It's a good game, but it's not the most compelling thing in the world. It's no more compelling than 3. It's just a fucking video game. When we talk about MMOs, like I had mentioned earlier, that is where, in my head, I almost start to kind of see what people say when they say video games are addicting in that sort of pathological way, but not something like this. Fucking have some restraint. Pull yourself away, take a shower, make a healthy breakfast, kiss your wife, go to work.
I would say, there's this Engadget article links to research suggesting MMOs may encourage pathological game use. There's something to be said for a game type, though, that does encourage you to play more and more. It's not like a platformer that you don't have to be playing it a certain amount of time. You don't have to meet up with your clan at this certain time and play for a couple hours. Something to be said for that. If there is games where it's built in, whether it's MMOs or it's strategy games like Civilization, where, just one more turn. Just one more turn. There are games that feed into that a little bit more.
I mean, when you mentioned Civ, yes, I can think of people I knew who, when, Civ 4 came out, they sat around for a week and played Civ 4.
Yeah.
But, they didn't lose their fucking jobs. They went back to a normal life after that. They just binged on a game they wanted to play. Plenty of people bought Fallout 4 and binged on it for a week,
that's anything else. You could eat chocolate, you could drink responsibly, or you can go fucking nuts.
Fair.
It's with anything else. It's at the end of the day, it's your self-control. But it doesn't mean that certain things tap into that. Need to do it more. Either way, I don't know if this guy has even standing to sue from Russia.
Well, it says that there's a history of these cases, and they can even be successful. One American got compensation from NCSoft after he got hooked on Lineage 2.
That to me says the juries are idiots.
Yes, me too. Me too. But I'm just saying, it's like
then if this guy can sue, anyone could sue.
It's like the person who burnt their lip on a hot pickle from McDonald's and got money for it. It's just idiocy.
Oh, it was a scalding hot coffee that she dropped on herself.
There was a pickle.
There was a pickle too?
Yes.
Did they win too?
Yeah, they won.
God, what's wrong? What's wrong with you, juries? What are you doing? You're raising the price of McDonald's burgers for everyone else because of one idiot couldn't handle a hot pickle.
Hot pickles.